Today we're off for a walk up and into the Kyrgyzstan mountains. We've done a lot of citying on this trip, and although they've been wonderful, gorgeous, fascinating cities to be in, I'm still in need of that city-nature balance that we spoke about earlier in the trip. And so I'm in northeast Kyrgyzstan, heading to a place called Altyn Arashan Valley, which I believe is about 10 miles away this way. And yeah, I did just say northeast Kyrgyzstan, and if for some absurd reason your Central Asian geography is any good, you'll know that northeast Kyrgyzstan is completely the opposite end of the country to the one we crossed into when we went from Tashkent to Osh in the previous video. And that's because, to save some time, to save about 16 hours, a whole day of travelling, I decided to get a domestic flight from Osh to Bishkek for about 25 quid, and then a bus from Bishkek to Karakol, so we could spend more time walking into this and less time sat on a mouldy marshrutka. Now then, I believe we just follow this river for a few hours up until we get to a nice open space, and we stop and we go, bloody hell, that looks a bit like a valley, that, and then we've probably made it. Oh, I'm such a sucker for like mountains and clouds being mixed together. Look how good that looks. It is mostly quite cloudy today for the first time in what, like 7 or 8 videos since Almaty. I don't know, feels like it's been forever. The sun does keep trying to poke its way out, but mostly it is a lot cooler today, and I'm grateful. My skin especially is grateful. My poor English skin's been getting banged out every day by that Asian sun over there. Today it can finally breathe a little bit. There are some baby cows across the river. Well, this isn't bad, is it? Can you imagine living in that house over there? What a peaceful existence you'd have. What a stunning place. That horse guy just stopped to tell me, I believe, that there is a shortcut if I go this way and follow the horse track rather than the river. Well, let's give it a go, shall we? You better be right, horseman, because this way looks considerably steeper. Why haven't I got an horse? He was gliding through these mountains. Do you reckon you can like hitchhike on horses in Kyrgyzstan? Hitch horse? Horse hike? Horse hike's a good one. Why can't you horse hike? Anyway, I reckon I must be about halfway by now. I've been going for a couple of hours, probably 4 or 5 miles to go. And it's just started raining. I cannot explain how refreshing that is. Sun's back out again. Weather really can't make its mind up here. And over there, even got some snow. And then down there is the river we left behind on authority of the horsemen. So we're a lot higher up than we would have been if we kept following that. Hopefully that's a good thing. I know it may just seem like I'm showing you an awful lot of trees and running water, but hopefully it's doing this landscape at least some justice. This place is wonderful. It's quiet and peaceful, and there's just trees everywhere. You can never have too many trees, can you? We've ended up next to the river again, which I reckon means we can't be that far from the top. Must be about a mile or 2 away now. So before we do the last bit, just going to stock up on some sustenance, have a break, got some water, got an albeni, whatever that is, it'll do. And then we're going to complete the last stint all the way up to what is hopefully a nice swanky valley. Help, suddenly it's tipping it down. I'm not trying to look like Batman, by the way. I'm just using some ingenuity. I've got my laptop and camera in that bag, and it's probably not a waterproof one, so I've got to wear a cape. Hopefully it works. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's thunder. There's probably about to be a thunderstorm. I think we should probably get a move on. I'm seeking refuge under a tree for a bit. I know it's not exactly advisable to be near a tree in a thunderstorm in case there's lightning, but it's pretty heavy that I don't really fancy getting soaked. It doesn't seem to be stopping, so I'm sending it. About a mile to go. Let's get it over and done with. Well, bloody hell. That looks like a valley, that. I think we've made it. I'm quite filthy, I'm very wet, and I'm very frozen. Right now I'm holed up under a shop's plastic shelter thing. I've been sat here reading and re-sugaring for a while, but the rain's not letting up, so unfortunately this is me for the foreseeable. What I will do now though is I'll leave my stuff here temporarily while I run about and get some clips of the views for you, because although it is raining and not totally clear, it's still a very, very beautiful spot this. I would carry on as normal. I'd put my Batman cape over my bag like I did on the way up, but to be honest, I'm freezing. I'd rather kind of wear the coat myself and not die from hypothermia, but I also don't want to make my computer and camera blow up. So I'm going to dart about now, show you some of these views to look at while I'm going to sort out some accommodation. Really is a lovely spot this, and although we are a little bit soggy, we did make it. This is Altyn Arashan, about 8,000 feet or so up in the Kyrgyz mountains, surrounded by snowy peaks, grassy peaks. Got a nice river running down here, loads of horses and cows and stuff. It's a nice place this. Bloody nippy though. I am actually faced with a bit of a dilemma now because of the rain. I was going to be sticking around in one of these places somewhere, or trying to, but as you can see I'm not being drenched anymore. It stopped raining, so I might just make a run for it and try and go back down and hope it doesn't rain some more. If it rains some more I'll cry, and it takes 4 hours to get back down or so. I don't know, what do you reckon? Look at that, big spiky snowy peak, another spiky snowy peak, green stuff, bloody splendid. This place, Altyn Arashan, is a really good stopover point for loads of different multi-day treks through all these mountains, and originally my plan was to do the same thing, stop off here and then tomorrow go to one of these big bad boys up here. However, in the place that I stayed last night in Kyrgyzstan, the guy that runs the place is kind of a mountain guy. He told me that for some reason there's loads of snow still this time of year up to like here, which means you're not actually going to be able to get anywhere of any importance. You'll just walk uphill for a while, get stuck at a dead end, and then walk back down, and I can't really be arsed with that. And that's why I decided that this was going to be the destination of the hike rather than just a stopover point, and it's been a cracking hike anyway, loads of nice views, and of course this still isn't too shabby, is it? Should I stay in one of these places or should I just leg it and go back? You know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to send it. I'm off back. It's now 5 o'clock. It has started raining, but it's only spitting for now, so I've got about 3 hours before it gets dark. Kind of got to leg it, so I'm just going to kind of fast forward through this bit, hopefully see you at the bottom in a short while. Got some traffic. Here's the tree that I hid under. Minging. That's where we stopped and ate the Albanian, not the Albanian, the Albanian, the chocolate bar. That's where we stopped for a break before the last stint. It's raining again, a lot, but Cape has been initiated. We're off. Look at this. I wore this coat for the first 3 days of the trip, on and off, and then never used it since. So I've been carrying it around ever since that, around places that are like 35 degrees or even higher, just thinking how pointless it is to be holding it, and I'm never going to need it again. It's going to be hot forever. It's never going to rain again. Should I just get rid of it and save myself the effort? But you know what? Today it's proved its worth. Saved my life today. Glad I kept hold of it. Pretty slippery this after the torrential downpour of earlier. Help. Hi. Hey. That's where Horseman told me to take a shortcut, which nearly just killed me coming back down again. Look at the state of me. Bloody Kyrgyzstan. I am without a doubt the single wettest person in the whole universe. Ah, bloody hell. Oh, yes, I am the coldest person in the world. Yes, I am the wettest person in the world. And yes, I would have been warmer and drier if I just swam back here down the river. But nevertheless, we are indeed back where we started 10 hours ago, 22 miles ago. 22 miles today. It's got to be a record on it, especially for this trip. And I was drenched for most of it. And I ain't even got leg ache or back ache. But I tell you what I do have, trench foot, but in the whole body, and hypothermia. Oh. Hi. So I was waiting for a marshrutka in that bus hut thing, but then a taxi turned up and I thought, you know what, why not? So I'm now back in my accommodation. Don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, don't know the next time you're going to hear from me. It might be tomorrow, it depends on the weather, depends on how my legs actually feel in the morning. I might be dead or I might be buying some new ones, who knows. Anyway, that was a bit of a roller coaster, that wasn't it, that day. Pretty decent though, but I'm ready for a lay down. Whatever I end up doing, I'll catch you then. Cheers boys, in a bit.